Right, so you've mentioned Swift there. From what you're saying, is this to replace the Swift network?
No, definitely not. I think there's definitely going to always be a necessity for a backbone infrastructure that helps banks to move money internationally and create settlement around the world.
Alrighty, everybody, what is going on? Welcome back to another CYPRX video banger. In today's video, we're going to be jumping down the rabbit hole, going over fundamentals, sharing video clips with you all, showing you guys that now is the time to get educated on this massive transformational shift that is ongoing as we speak. DeFi is set to completely revolutionize finance and TradFi, traditional finance, right now. In the making. This is all unfolding at such a rapid pace, and you do not want to get left behind, not understanding how to get your digital assets working for you, how to invest and start to get involved in this digital asset ecosystem, because it is about to scale into the multi-trillions over the next consecutive couple of years. And in today's video breakdown, we're going to share with you all how banks are for a fact coming, how Swift is going to be a major player in this financial system, believe it or not, contrary to popular belief. I know that that's going to get a lot of oh no, Swift's going away kind of talk, but I'm going to attempt to show you in today's video breakdown that the mainstream narrative that Swift is going away or that Swift is going to be replaced is a false narrative, and in some way, shape, or form is going to play a major role in bringing trillions of dollars into this digital asset ecosystem. So with that being said, stick around for the entirety of this video breakdown. You're not going to want to miss this deep dive. So again, let's jump into today's video breakdown. In my personal opinion, the belief that the Swift system is going away is an uneducated belief based off of following a mainstream narrative that has been pumped out to the masses via uneducated influencers. So again, I'm going to attempt to share that with you all today. But the start of this video breakdown actually came from this individual right here with reputable credentials. This is the managing director at Blockchain APAC. And something that he posted on his LinkedIn right here, he goes on to say, I won't read the entire thing, but he says, I have immersed myself in the GB, UK, and the EU Euro digital asset sector for the last 4 months, and it's been incredible. Right down here, he talks about how the banks are coming inch by inch, working through organizational workflow and partnership challenges. The technology is not the issue. He talks about stablecoins. He talks about staking. He talks about AML, CFT, KYC, so on and so forth. And just to show you this gentleman's credentials, if we come over here, his name's Steve Bullish. So remember, this gentleman on his LinkedIn profile just a couple of days ago said the banks are coming, which started this entire video breakdown. Okay. You can see right down here, if we go to his experience, click all experience, and we can see just some of the areas in which he's worked at. So right now, managing director at Blockchain APAC, but you can see some of his other credentials: digital finance advisory panel at ASIC, deputy chair at the National Blockchain Roadmap Steering Committee. He was an APAC blockchain policy advisor at Global Digital Finance, and he also was a CBC regulatory committee member at the Canadian Blockchain Consortium. All right. So this is a type of individual with multiple credentials across the board in the digital asset ecosystem, telling you all that banks are coming inch by inch, which is why today's video breakdown is so monumental. So if you guys remember, just a couple days ago on my X profile, I posted this to you guys, and this is going to full circle to show you all that Swift is not going anywhere and that they're going to play a massive role, an integral part in bringing trillions of dollars into this digital asset ecosystem, whether it's through tokenization of real world assets, so on and so forth. Whatever way you want to look at it, they are going to play a role. Now, I get that the narrative that Russia and Swift being displaced from the Swift system is a bad thing, and that that's going to overthrow the United States and all this controversy surrounding it. But if you look behind the scenes, you're going to see, if you do your research, that Swift in some way, shape, or form is going to play a major role in this. And so again, we're going to full circle back to this piece, this $84 trillion projection by UBS. Pay attention to that. Where they go on to say, with nearly $84 trillion in wealth transfer underway over the next 2 decades, families wonder how best to prepare for the rising generations. A massive wealth transfer. And again, this is going to age so well. All the researchers have been attempting to share this information with you guys over the course of time. So here in this post, okay, this is what I'm talking about. This type of information gets so attacked, where I said, well, influencers who sold you the lies that Swift is being replaced does not seem to be aging very well. And I posted this link talking about how multiple thousands of banks, collectively speaking, are going to be using Swift you can see here trailing live digital asset transactions from 2025 and beyond. So we're going to get into this, but you can see just looking at the comments, I mean, it's just disgusting. People there, the lack of education. They're talking about 5 to 10 years SWIFT is going to be replaced, how Russia and China have been displaced by SWIFT, and how BRICS is going to overtake the world and all this stuff. Again, it's just lack of education and them believing false narratives that are pumped to them via mainstream sources. All this information I'm going to share with you today is not mainstream. Not a lot of people are paying attention to the info that I'm going to share with you guys today. Now, yes, I get it. SWIFT it's been attempted to be replaced and so on and so forth, but they are a major addition and player in this financial system, this global financial world, regardless if Russia or China has been displaced from utilizing them due to sanctions. Okay. So before you guys attack me, all right, before you guys attack me, let's head over here. I want you all to listen to this individual here. Okay. This is Ainsley Ward, Vice President of Payment Solutions at CGI. Listen to what he has to say about SWIFT. And again, this is just my research, and this is just based off the things that I've looked into. Let me show you guys why I don't think SWIFT is going away and how it's going to play a massive role in onboarding trillions of dollars into this digital asset ecosystem. Yes, to some degree, they're going to be displaced by large jurisdictions. Large jurisdictions are not going to utilize the SWIFT system, but multiple jurisdictions all around the globe still rely on the SWIFT system. Take a second here and listen to what he says.
But we're also starting to see the introduction of things like the Wero wallet, which the EPI have just introduced, which again could be a real interesting game changer in this if we start to see different types of payments floating across the networks. That's more on the retail side. But where it gets really, really interesting is as we move into B2B channels. So starting to look at the way that real time is being used domestically. So here in the UK, of course, we've got a £1 million limit on B2B transactions for real time payments. Naturally, that won't happen in cross-border from day one. We'll start to see sort of a migration of the different types of payments into this real-time, perhaps away from the more traditional methods of sending money internationally, such as SWIFT.
Right, so you've mentioned SWIFT there. From what you're saying, is this to replace the SWIFT network?
No, definitely not. I think there's definitely going to always be a necessity for a backbone infrastructure that helps banks to move money internationally and create settlement around the world. What this starts to do is to move those front-end transactions. There's been a realization at SWIFT for a number of years that this was coming, and you can see in the way that they've been building their network over the past few years, some of the announcements they've been making at CYPRX this year. So the introduction of API-based connectivity into the SWIFT network, the introduction of the GPI initiative, so we get more transparency in payments, and the move towards SWIFT Go, which is, of course, the SWIFT entry in this space. We really see that there is other players in this space as well. I mean, Visa and MasterCard recognized that this was something that was coming, and you can see that through some of the purchases they've made in this space.
So we're going to pause it right there. He talks about how SWIFT is not going away. He talks about announcements that SWIFT has made at CYPRX, which we're going to get into in today's video breakdown. He talks about integrations with Visa and MasterCard via SWIFT, which we're also going to get into in today's video breakdown, in connection with UBS and that prediction of $84 trillion of wealth transformation over the next consecutive couple of years. So again, this me telling you guys and my audience here that I believe that SWIFT is not going away is not because I just wake up out of bed and I want to fight the mainstream narrative and say, oh, I'm going to wake up and tell everybody SWIFT isn't going away when everybody else thinks SWIFT is going away. No, it's because I pay attention to people with credentials and not ignorant people on Twitter that just make up out of their butt. Okay, look at this gentleman's credentials. Okay, why would you not want to listen to an individual that was an enterprise strategist via EMEA card strategies at FIS? If you're not too familiar with what FIS is, all right, if you head over to their LinkedIn profile, you can read a little bit about them. Again, educate yourself. FIS is at the heart of commerce and financial transactions that power the world's economy. We are passionate about helping businesses and communities thrive by advancing the way the world pays, banks, invest, serving more than 20,000 clients and more than 1 million online merchant locations. Okay. That's massive. He also played a role as the head of management consultant at Clear2Pay, right? Clear2Pay, if you head over to their LinkedIn profile, is an innovative payments technology company focused on delivering global applicable solutions for secure, timely, and streamlined payment processing, right? So he has actual valid credentials. This is somebody that sits in on these panel discussions, on these meetings, behind the scenes, and he's the one telling you guys that SWIFT is not going away. They are only attempting to integrate into this new financial system and remain adaptive by, advancing their technological stack behind the scenes. Okay. So when I tell you guys that I believe that SWIFT is not going away, based off of fighting the mainstream narrative, all these mainstream influencers that make content telling you guys that Swift is going away, it is my firm belief that they're not digging enough and following the breadcrumbs. So let me show you guys more of what I'm talking about. Let's just go over here real fast, because again, a lot of people don't understand. Even if Swift did go away, I don't think people understand how catastrophic that would be. Do you understand how seismic that would be? I mean, everyone in the world would suffer. Everyone in the world would suffer if Swift went away. That's how massive Swift is right now. So if you just look at the Swift countries list, because so many people are like, oh, well, BRICS isn't going to use the Swift system. Okay, I get that, but that just shows lack of education. Again, because look at how many jurisdictions, over 200 countries still rely on the Swift system. And here is a list publicly that you can go and look at. Look at all these jurisdictions outside of Russia, outside of China, outside of India, outside of, you know what I'm saying? So just go look at this. It is not hard to see that Swift is not going away. They are just going to continue to adapt and maintain a strategical role in this new financial system. Now, maybe they don't have as much of a role as they used to, which is understandable. Okay. Maybe they do start to fade into the background and don't play as significant of a portion in this global financial system moving forward as they used to, but they are still going to play a major role. And again, onboarding, in my personal opinion, trillions of dollars into this digital asset space. So now that that rant is out of the way, again, I don't want people to, this is such a debative topic. Okay. Now, I'm not opposed to Swift going away, but in my personal belief, over the next 5 to 10 years, we are not going to see Swift go away. I'm sorry. It's just not realistic in my personal opinion. Okay. Now, I'm not here to debate you. If you disagree with Swift going away, cool, so be it. If Swift does go away, guess what? That's above both of our pay grades anyway. So who really cares at the end of the day? But I'm here to show you that, remember, we started this off because I know people are probably getting heated at me right now by saying this, which I don't know why. People bring too many emotions to this investing game. But check this out, okay? Remember, we started with showing you guys that the banks are coming. This is from an individual with reputable credentials, all right? So let's get back on track on this, and I want to continue to show you this. So this is from Swift. This is from that article that I posted where I said I don't think Swift is going away, because this reads, this is from October 3rd, 2024. Global banks to use Swift for trailing live digital asset transactions by 2025. Central and commercial banks will be able to use the Swift network to carry out trial transactions of digital currencies and assets in expansive pilots that seek to demonstrate the cooperation ability to facilitate the flow of all kinds of value between more than 4 billion accounts across 200 countries and territories. Exactly what I'm trying to show you guys. It's not just BRICS that can't use Swift. Other jurisdictions, over 200 countries, rely on the Swift messaging system. Swift has already successfully demonstrated that it can transfer tokenized value across public and private blockchains, interlink central bank digital currencies globally, and integrate multiple digital assets and cash networks, right? If we scroll down here, it says, and this is from Tom Z, Chief Innovation Officer at Swift, for digital assets and currencies to succeed on a global scale, it is critical that they can seamlessly coexist with traditional forms of money. With Swift's vast global reach, we are uniquely positioned to bridge both emerging and established forms of value, and we are now focused on demonstrating this in real-world time, mainstream applications. Well, if we head over here, remember, this whole entire system, DeFi, is about to integrate with TradFi. Look at this. This is from the 23rd of October, 2024. Decentralized Oracle provider Chainlink will introduce a new blockchain payment solution for financial institutions. In collaboration with Swift, a global messaging network used by banks and institutions, Chainlink revealed a new integration enabling institutions to use Swift messages to interact with blockchain tech. This is only going to get deeper. Okay, I know that we had a rant at the beginning of this, but stick around. This is only going to get deeper. So let me just play a quick video clip from Sergey from Cybos 2024. This is from 4 days ago. Remember, the mainstream narrative is telling you all that Swift is going to go away. This is what I'm talking about. Nobody's paying attention. This video has 178 views, which again shows you why when I say I don't think Swift is going away, it gets attacked, because thousands of people that are misled to believe, because of mainstream influencers that get thousands of clicks and views because they make clickbaity titles telling you all that Swift is going to go away, have this narrative in their brain because they're not doing enough research. And in reality, this is the type of information that goes vastly unnoticed. Like I said, 4 days ago, has 178 views. Take a second here and listen to what Sergey says.
And demo that you've completed. What does your recent demo show of how the Swift network can interact with blockchains?
Sure. So that demo has been a long time in the making, many years. We've already had 2 public pilots with Swift, and now this demo that shows how the system will actually work in a production state. And the demo basically shows that you can synchronize Swift network events, such as payment events, and utilize those payment events as something that is used to trigger blockchain transactions. So now you can use Swift payments and you can use Swift messages to interact with blockchain. So you can do a Swift payment on the Swift network somewhere between two counterparties. You can interface the way you're interfacing today between counterparties using Swift messages. Those Swift messages, once they reach a certain state of authoritative conclusion, can then be migrated into a blockchain message, which is what the Chainlink system does. It converts the Swift message into a blockchain message, and then the blockchain message triggers various events. So for example, if there's an off-chain payment, that off-chain payment can then be represented on-chain, and that on-chain representation can then conclude an asset transaction, right? So you're effectively now able to use very widely adopted payment systems like Swift to execute digital asset transactions. And that's extremely valuable because there's so much of the world that's on that payment system. And the challenge is, how do you get that existing payment system, that existing messaging standard to interface with blockchain so they can benefit from that large user base utilizing Swift, but utilizing it to do digital asset transactions. And so this really benefits everybody. It benefits the Swift community because the Swift community gets more functionality.
So let me pause it right there. He's talking about it benefiting everybody. Again, this is not some doom and gloom. I'm not trying to, like, you guys have to understand that Swift not going away is actually beneficial to all of us because they have so many connections with large jurisdictions, countries all over the world. So many people rely on them, and they're attempting to integrate the traditional financial system with this new blockchain innovative technology. Do you understand that? So that's beneficial to all of us as early adopters because that is going to open the door for trillions of dollars to flood into this space. Let me further my case. So again, that was an announcement at CYPRX that just took place, those recent trials and proof of concepts actually working with Swift and Chainlink as partners. If we head over here, this is from Finality International. This is the last spiel. I know we're going on 20 minutes, but you got to listen to this. Again, showing you guys that Swift is not going away and they're going to play a massive role in onboarding the trillions of dollars into this space. Keep in mind, as we go through these last fundamentals, do you remember that piece that I shared with you guys back in a couple days ago in October? $84 trillion of wealth transfer via UBS. Okay, so check this out. This is mind-blowing, just to full circle all this and put my case to rest. As pioneering financial market infrastructure, bringing together the safety and institutional grade quality of central bank money with functionality and resilience of blockchain tech, Finality works alongside MasterCard and our bank customers, Lloyd Banking Group and UBS to pilot MasterCard Move Commercial. Okay. This was just announced at CYPRX. So if we head over here, we can see today at CYPRX 2024, MasterCard is launching, this is only from a week ago, MasterCard Move Commercial Payments, a groundbreaking solution that will revolutionize how banks make cross-border payments. Okay, remember, again, just to reiterate, UBS is playing a portion in this, and UBS just told you guys just a couple of days ago, $84 trillion worth of wealth transformation is underway over the next 2 decades, which is, again, why I don't think Swift is going away in the next 2 years, 3 years, because they are part of this partnership. And listen to this video from MasterCard talk about MasterCard Move and how they're utilizing Swift. Take a second and listen.
Cross-border payments are the lifeblood of global trade, fueling strong supply chains and economic growth. MasterCard Move Commercial Payments enables predictable and transparent commercial cross-border payments 24/7, 365 days a year in near real time, aiming to deliver operational efficiency, lower risk, and new revenue growth opportunities for financial institutions. The multilateral arrangement reduces counterparty risk and provides outcome certainty on transaction clearing in near real time. MasterCard Move Commercial Payments is designed to improve efficiency by uniquely providing clearing before settlement to reduce exceptions, and uses Swift messaging for easier implementation. With flexible options for deferred net or instant settlements, financial institutions can also optimize liquidity efficiencies.
So I won't play the rest of the video, but you guys heard right there, utilizing Swift messaging systems. This is from 12 days ago and has 363 views. Yet again, more proof that not a lot of people are paying attention to this information. I'm one of those 360 people out of the billions of people on earth and the millions of people involved in crypto that just heard that they're utilizing and integrating Swift messaging system into this new cross-border system that is going to allow these financial institutions to interact with blockchains. And you guys see that UBS is also a partner in this pilot program with MasterCard Move Commercial, and UBS, literally, you cannot make this stuff up. Just put this out: $84 trillion of wealth transformation, and we see Swift talking about how, you know, thousands of banks in 200 different jurisdictions are going to be able to move digital assets utilizing Swift from 2025 and beyond. Come on now, people, put two and two together. You got to stop believing mainstream narratives. Hopefully this put my case to rest. Again, I'm not trying to attack anybody that believes that Swift is going away, but you have to dig a little bit deeper. You have to understand what would really happen if Swift did go away and how unbeneficial it would be if they did to everybody, including all of you listeners, and instead have the narrative and the perspective optimistically that actually them not going away is going to be beneficial to all of us because they have so many ties and connections with large jurisdictions, countries, and financial institutions that would actually help bring trillions of dollars into the space, which we can clearly see is happening. Banks are coming. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to see, which is why you should educate yourself further in DeFi. You should learn how to get your digital assets working for you. You should take mentorship programs that are not emotional based, trying to steer you in the wrong direction, and instead join like-minded communities like ours here at CYPRX and tap into this unprecedented information, showing you guys that we're in the midst of a massive wealth transformation, and large jurisdictions are openly telling you guys this, but I'm physically showing you all that not a lot of people are paying attention to this information. So many blessings to you guys. Again, I'm not here to debate individuals on whether Swift is here to stay or whether it's here to go. Based off the information that I'm doing research on, it looks like they are going to be here to stay in some way, shape, or form. Maybe they play a lesser role than they have in the past, in the near future, but I do not think they're going away. And instead, they're going to adapt and remain competitive in this new and evolving emerging landscape. And they are going to help onboard trillions of dollars into this digital asset space, which I look at as a positive. So many blessings to you guys. Be cognizant, be aware out there. Always make sure you're doing your research. None of this is financial advice. I'm not telling you guys to go out there and buy digital assets or get involved in DeFi, but at a minimum, I am asking that you guys educate yourselves by joining like-minded communities, joining mentorship programs, and furthering your education. With that being said, as always, be cognizant, be aware, and I'll see you all in the next video breakdown.